All right, everybody, so we're here at ICAST 2023, and we're in the Battleborn booth here. You can see my buddy Matt Stethem, and you got Jason over here with Battleborn. Yeah, we're just hanging out. We're here for an hour. Obviously you guys are watching this after, so I'm not going to say come on over because I won't be there. But yeah, I just wanted to sit here and talk to you guys a little bit about the lithium batteries I've been running. I think I've been running Battleborn for I think about 5 or 6 years now. No, maybe not that long. Close to that, like 4 or 5 years. And let me tell you, everybody asks me about lithium. Are they worth the extra, initial investment? And the answer is always 100% yes. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. And so I just kind of wanted to walk through that. So one of the main reasons that people started looking at lithium in the beginning was the weight, aspect of them. They're much, much lighter, most of the time by half or more than traditional lead acid or AGM batteries. These right here, you look at this sheet. So like the battery that I use that 100 amp hour battery right here. All right, so that one I believe is 31 pounds. Yep, 31 pounds for that. So you compare that to I think most, AGM or lead acid batteries that are in that 31 group or 29 group, they're gonna be about 70 something pounds, 80 pounds in some cases. And so that is a big factor. But honestly, the weight factor after using them for all these years is actually one of the lowest priority factors that I really enjoy about it, or features rather. And because one of the things that I've seen is a lot of people go into the 36 volt systems, all-in-one 36 volt systems for their trolling motor, which makes sense. You got one battery that can do it all. The problems with that are that a lot of times people have to have multiple of those 36 volt batteries, which very, very costly to do that. And you're just adding, more batteries to the system because those 36 volt systems, a lot of times you can't run them all day in heavy current or through grass flats and them last the entire day. A lot of times guys have to switch over to their second 36 volt system. What Battleborn does is they do 12 volt replacements. So they essentially just replace the 12 volt batteries you already have in your boat, and they just slip right in. They are lighter. And another benefit of having 3 Battleborns as opposed to having a single 36 volt system, if that's the route that you're thinking about going, and a lot of people don't think about this, and I didn't either, is the fact that the weight, that if you reduce that much weight in the back of your boat, you're actually likely to lose performance. You need a little bit of weight in the back of most bass boats, and I'm speaking from a bass boat perspective primarily, but I've seen guys actually lose speed overall, top end speed, because they cut so much weight in the back. So I actually find that my system, I actually have 2 AGMs, one for cranking, one for my house battery, and then I've got 3 Battleborns for my trolling motor system. And that weight profile back there does really, really well. But if I was to lighten up even more than that, sometimes that kind of reduces the speed. So you got to be careful about that. But every boat is obviously different. So let's talk about some of the other features here. So they got it on this deal right here. I was just reading this pamphlet here, but so the power is definitely one thing that everybody knows about lithium. 2 to 3 times more power than a traditional lead acid or AGM battery. So it lasts a lot longer. It's also a flat power curve, so the power pretty much remains the same all day. So that the only thing I can relate that to is heavy current or fishing grass lakes. I go down to Okeechobee. When I was first starting to fish Okeechobee, I was using cheaper lead acid batteries, and they started off great in the morning after a night of charging, but by the afternoon they just started tapering off, and they had a really hard time going through the grass flats. So these lithium batteries, Battleborn batteries, all day long, you're going to have the same exact power in the morning than you do in the afternoon. Okay. It also lasts 10 times longer as far as the life of the battery. They've got a 10-year warranty, which is actually a major factor. If you are a cost-based, you like to analyze the cost, obviously the upfront cost, these batteries are like, around that $800, $900 range a piece. So that's, 3 batteries for a trolling motor system. That's a good investment. But if you break that down over a 10-year span, which these are guaranteed for through the company, and they're really good with their customer service and their warranties, it's much, much cheaper than buying, lead acid or AGM batteries constantly year to year or every other year. It's a much lower investment than you think. And I've used one set of Battleborns for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and the only reason I swapped them out is because I got another set, and I was just like, I might as well put it in there and start fresh. But these batteries, legit, if you did have an issue within those 10 years, you're good to go. You just send it in, and they'll send you a brand new one. They're really, really good with their customer service. So as far as the overall increase in power, the longevity of the actual battery itself and the warranty that's included with that's another big deal. And also just that flat power curve, man. Having the same power in the beginning of the day to the end of the day, huge deal. Also, 100%. That was one thing I was reading on this little flyer here, because I need some prompts sometimes. They've got 100% depth of discharge. So what that means, essentially, if you have used lead acid or AGM batteries for any length of time, if you drain them all the way down, those batteries will never be the same. They'll never quite have the capacity as they did when they were brand new, and you just drained them down a little bit and then charged them. Once they drain all the way down and you charge them back up, they're never quite the same. Battleborn is not that way. Lithium technology, you can drain them all the way down and then charge them all the way up, and it's going to perform exactly the same, last exactly the same amount, and again, you got that 10-year warranty, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And then finally, they charge way faster. So the faster charging is a huge deal, because for tournament fishing, a lot of times, especially if you're rooming with a bunch of guys and blowing, the circuit all the time, you can actually, I've actually been to a house that I was renting where we kept on blowing the circuit, but I would plug in for 2-3 hours and charge mine, and then my buddy would go ahead and plug in after me. Obviously, that's not a scenario that you're going to experience all the time, but to have that ability with traditional batteries, I would have not been able to do that. So that is a big deal too. So really fast charging times is a big deal, especially for tournament fishing, where you're just using it day after day. So anyways, guys, just thought I'd do this video since we're here at ICAST. Wanted to share some of the benefits of lithium batteries. I'm available to you guys in the comment section if you have any questions at all about a lithium battery power system. Please drop a comment below. If I don't know the answer, I will reach out to these guys that know way better than me, and I'll get the answer to you. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check out Battleborn batteries. I'm going to see you out on the water.